Will an Oklahoma tax hike avert a teacher strike? Video emerges from a Norman police shooting, and a plane crash leaves 2 dead in rural Oklahoma. This is OU Nightly. Thanks for joining us for OU Nightly. I'm Storme Jones.
And I'm Nicole Nielsen. Last night marked the first tax increase in Oklahoma history since 1990. The House of Representatives passed House Bill 1010XX, a $47 million tax increase to fund pay raises for teachers, school support staff, and state employees.
The measure passed 79-19, 6 more votes than the supermajority required. The tax increase plan includes a 3-cent increase on gasoline and 6 on diesel, a $5 per night hotel and motel tax, a $1 cigarette tax, and a tax on cigars and smokeless tobacco, and increasing the gross production tax on drilling oil and gas wells from 2% to 5%.
Even so, teachers are saying that that is not enough. In a statement on the Oklahoma Education Association's Facebook page, they posted, "The April 2nd walkout is still on. Our ask is still our ask," OEA posted on Facebook. The House is considering a number of bills tonight that could be a step in the right direction. We're still asking for a complete package, including funding for years 2 and 3.
And some of those teachers protesting, they say they were upset with the bill passed last night. They're from Norman Public Schools. They spent time at the Capitol today attending the rally and an appointment with a Norman lawmaker. OU Nightly's Carson Williams spent part of the day with them.
It's been a game of tug of war between Oklahoma educators and state lawmakers, but last night teachers gained a slight advantage. The proposed pay raise still falls short of what teachers have been asking for, which means a walkout is still on the table. But one Norman teacher is trying to do something about it. Dawn Brockman, a Norman high school teacher, took the day to make her voice heard at the state capitol and then in a meeting with Norman Representative Rob Standridge.
I think that the thing we've been most surprised about is how awesome. I mean, it's been really neat to talk to these people one-on-one, our legislators. They want to do something for education. The challenge, I think, is they all have a different vision on how to get there.
The legislature is halting further discussions regarding this matter after Wednesday, shutting down for the Easter weekend. If more funding is not passed by then, teachers plan to walk out on Monday. Carson Williams, OU Nightly.
Norman teachers and those in other districts say that they will spend the rest of this week doing informational rallies and picketing in their communities.
And state employees are joining with teachers saying it's not enough when it comes to the bill passed in the House last night. The Advocacy Group for State Workers published its response on Facebook as well. The Oklahoma Public Employees Association says the bill only provides a small one-time raise to state employees rather than the 3-year progressive raise the group is asking for. The group is also upset that the budget cuts to state agencies were not restored. They say those cuts have increased workloads on employees without additional compensation. They say they would like budgets restored so that additional employees can be hired. As of right now, the OPEA says it will be marching April 2nd along with the teachers. And next steps for this bill is to be heard by the Senate. That'll likely happen Wednesday or Thursday.
And, you know, those rallying outside, it's been pretty stormy. So, I mean, I know that they've been pretty rained out.
Yeah, what can you tell us?
That's right, guys. It's definitely been a rainy day. All the rain's mostly moving off to our east right now. Marisa Nuzzo is actually live in the field. Marisa, what's it looking like out right now?
Thanks, Jenna. Yeah, it's pretty dry outside right now here in Norman. The clouds are sticking around, but really the rain is more of an issue in the southeastern portion of the state where we have flood watches issued for most of the state, and there are some flood warnings up near Tulsa in those light green colored counties. But here in Norman, the main story really is the winds. We have these north winds that are very chilly out here, and they're really more of a concern up towards the Panhandle, but Jenna Warner has all the details on your forecast coming up. So back to you, Storm.
All right, thank you. Norman police will be releasing body camera video from 2 officers who opened fire on a man over the weekend. According to a department news release, officers were responding to a welfare check, spent several minutes negotiating with the man. Then officers say he stopped responding and pulled a firearm out. The officers say that's when they opened fire. The victim was transported to an area hospital. His identity and condition are not available at this time. And new updates on the 2016 Baton Rouge police shooting of Alton Sterling. Lauren Linville joins us in the News Center with the latest. Lauren.
Yes, Storm. Today, the Louisiana Attorney General announced a decision for the officers involved in his controversial death. Two cell phone videos revealed Officer Howie Lake helped pin Sterling to the ground. Then Officer Blaine Salamone fired his gun and killed Sterling during a struggle outside a convenience store. The footage spread on social media, leading to large protests, and the family's attorney says they have filed their civil suit and will not quit until they believe justice is served. A new question on the next U.S. Census is causing a bit of controversy. The upcoming population count, taken every 10 years, will contain the question of citizenship status, a question that hasn't been asked since 2010. It's a move some Democrats condemn because of the concern it could intimidate immigrants and discourage their participation. California and Massachusetts officials say they are prepared to file a lawsuit against the Trump administration over this decision. And Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg has decided he will testify before Congress in response to the recent controversy surrounding the company. Zuckerberg's social media giant has been under scrutiny by its users since it was revealed that Cambridge Analytica accessed information from about 50 million users without their knowledge. Lawmakers are hoping this will put pressure on other social media titans to also testify alongside him on April 10th. And Storme and Nicole, the St. Mary's County Sheriff's Office revealed today the gunman who opened fire at Great Mills High School in Maryland died of a self-inflicted gunshot wound and not by the school's armed resource officer.
Thank you, Lauren. And still to come on OU Nightly, fighting fake news is going to come with a price. We'll tell you just about how much. Welcome back. And in the midst of teachers planning to walk out on their schools all over the state, OU students decided to join forces and do their part to support Oklahoma educators. Several Greek organizations, including Sigma Phi Epsilon, worked with the president's leadership class at OU to fundraise for McKinley Elementary School in Norman. Jonathan Klein was the student behind the idea.
We didn't really have an expectation for it. We knew that any sort of help would have been beneficial to them. So the bar was kind of irrelevant, but I feel like we hit a pretty high goal of raising $1,000, which will give them enough supplies definitely to make them through the rest of the year and probably go into next year a little bit as well.
The organizations together raised about $1,000, which they used to buy supplies for the Norman Elementary School. Klein said he doesn't have any family members who have been affected by teachers' low pay rate in Oklahoma, but feels everyone can still do their part.
Just by doing this, I've noticed that like a lot of people, pretty much all of us, have had a teacher that has impacted us in a certain way, and everybody always has that certain soft spot in them to give back to a teacher.
Klein told OU Nightly that he doesn't plan to stop the fundraiser here. He hopes to speak with Norman Public Schools and OU to expand this effort.
2 men are dead after the plane they were flying crashed in a field in central Oklahoma. The Oklahoma Highway Patrol says Walter Mullaney of El Reno and Cesar Gomez from Colorado were killed when their plane crashed near Hydro, Oklahoma. That's about 60 miles west of Oklahoma City. Investigators say the two were flying to El Reno when the aircraft was diverted due to clouds and fog. OHP says an investigation is ongoing. And the stock market faces yet another drop this afternoon. Collin Kennedy joins us in Money Matters with more. Collin.
That's right, Storm. Wall Street continues its wild ride as the Dow drops over 340 points just a few hours ago. The drop completely reverses the 244-point gain from earlier today. NASDAQ doesn't have much luck either as it faces a 200-point drop itself. These drops are a result of major tech stocks like Tesla, Facebook, Twitter, and Netflix all falling. Meanwhile, Bitcoin faces a drop of its own as it dips below $8,000. Cryptocurrency in general faces serious issues as major social media sites are beginning to ban ads related to initial coin offerings. Twitter confirmed yesterday that it will ban crypto ads. Meanwhile, Facebook and Google are beginning to take action as well. All this comes as regulators, including the Securities and Exchange Commission, warn that some of these coin offers are scams. And Google is using actual money to fight fake news. Google plans to spend $300 million to elevate quality journalism over suspect work in its Google News initiative. One major part of the initiative is to subscribe by Google, a way for the tech giant to facilitate readers that subscribe to news organizations for them to continue getting that news without leaving mobile pages. Subscriptions can be paid for using Google Pay and will carry over to other devices as long as you stay logged into your same Google account. And guys, Google dealing with fake news, Bitcoin, I think the question has to be asked, would you rather pay for Bitcoin or to avoid fake news?
I mean, I'd say journalists, I would say to avoid fake news. I mean, I think that this is a really good opportunity for, especially, I mean, working in this field, you're going to come across it a lot. So.
I like that answer.
Not sold on Bitcoin yet.
Okay.
Thanks, Collin.
Good thing.
Thank you, Collin. And still ahead on OU Nightly, a robotic spying fish is looking to reveal some secrets.
And Jenna has more on this dreary weather today. Jenna?
That's right, guys. When is this rain going to stop? I'll have all that more coming up next. Welcome back to OU Nightly, guys. Here's a live look outside downtown Norman. So it's still a dreary day out. We're at 47 right now for our temperature, and our dew point's at 46. So it's very moist out there right now. So this is our 24-hour temperature changes. We had a cold front come through recently, and we have dropped 18 degrees since yesterday at this time here in Norman. And you can actually tell through this graphic where the cold front was yesterday at this time in northwestern Oklahoma. So with this entire rain event, eastern Oklahoma has been thoroughly soaked, while the good news about this event is western Oklahoma saw some rain. And while it wasn't a whole lot, it's helpful in any event because if we take a look at our drought monitor, northwestern Oklahoma is still in an exceptional drought. So any rain or any moisture up there helps in any way possible. So if we look ahead at this rain event as we continue, we will get rain tomorrow morning into tonight. And then as we head into tomorrow afternoon, we'll also see some rain as well. Heading into Thursday morning, into Thursday afternoon, we also have some rain chances coming in through our area. And after Thursday, that rain will be out of our hair for a bit. Changing gears a bit, so for our lows for tonight, we're just at average right now. 45 degrees here in Norman tonight, 45 in OKC as well. And it'll be a cloudy night as well. So walking out the door tomorrow morning at 8 a.m., 45 degrees, making our way up to 54 to end your work day. It'll be on and off showers throughout the day tomorrow, and those clouds will persist throughout the day. Highs tomorrow across the state will be 56 here in Norman, and this should actually say 54 as our high in Norman tomorrow, 56 up in Enid and 55 in Woodward. So we're well below average for this time of year tomorrow for our highs. So reviewing our next 2 days as we go ahead, tomorrow we will be a bit dry, or we'll have on and off showers tomorrow, and then Thursday will be clearing up and warming up as we head into the rest of the week. Saturday will hit a high of 70, but we will have a cooler than average Easter.
All right, good deal. I like the rain, the cooler temperatures, not so much. But
yeah, it looks like it's going to be nice though right before Easter, and then I mean it'll dip a little bit, but won't be too bad.
All right, thanks,
Exactly.
Jenna.
Thank you so much. And Trae Young is off to the NBA, but he's taking some hardware with him. Sam Brown is here with more.
Yeah, Nicole, that's exactly right. Trae Young, the accolades just keep on coming. I'll let you know what he's adding to his resume now. And Sister Jean is getting a special shout out. Don't you go anywhere. Sports is next. Welcome back. After a week-long break, spring football is back underway in Norman as the Sooners prepare to defend their Big 12 title. This team has some big shoes to fill after losing players like Baker Mayfield and Obo Okoronkwo, but Lincoln Riley really likes what he has seen from the young guys so far this spring.
And we got a lot of growing to do as a team. I mean, we're a young football team. I mean, we've said that a bunch in our staff meetings. I mean, we are very, very young, and it's not an excuse, but it's something that we got to deal with and we've got to work through. But we're competitive and we're physical right now.
After a season for the history books, freshman superstar Trey Young earned a spot on the AP All-America First Team today. Young is the first player in Division I history to lead the country in both points and assists, and this is also the first time ever that the first team features 3 freshmen, as Duke's Marvin Bagley III and Arizona's DeAndre Ayton made the cut. After a season sweep of West Virginia over the weekend, the OU baseball team has a bedlam matchup with the Pokes tonight at L. Mitchell Park. This team has been on fire at the plate after outscoring the Mountaineers 31-9 over their 3-game series. First pitch is at 6:30 as the Sooners look to improve their Big 12 record to 4-0. Meanwhile, the OU women's gymnastics team earned the #1 overall seed heading into the postseason for the 4th straight year. The Sooners only dropped 1 matchup on the season and currently have an NCAA record of qualifying score of 198.120. They also clinched their 7th straight Big 12 title and swept the Big 12 yearly awards over the weekend. And yesterday, the 16th ranked OU tennis team took down Fresno State by a score of 4-3. They've now won 8 of their last 9 matchups and look to keep the momentum going on the road Saturday against Cornell. Switching over to the NFL, defensive tackle Ndamukong Suh is officially a Los Angeles Ram after signing a 1-year, $14 million deal. The 5-time Pro Bowler joins All-Pro lineman Aaron Donald to form what could be one of the best interior lineman pairings ever. The Rams also have one of the best defenses in the league now after they traded for cornerbacks Aqib Talib and Marcus Peters earlier this offseason. And after dealing with shoulder issues, 76ers point guard Markelle Fultz played his first game in nearly 5 months last night. The #1 pick in this year's draft tallied 10 points and 8 dimes off the bench, as Philly took down the Denver Nuggets 123-104. This year's March Madness has been one of the greatest ever, and the highlight of it all has been 11th seed Loyola Chicago making it all the way to the Final Four. Now in that process, 98-year-old Sister Jean has become a familiar face all over the country, but ESPN analyst and Michigan alum Jalen Rose had a special message from his 100-year-old grandmother. Check this out.
Jean, it's been a good ride, but it's over Saturday. Go Blue! 100.
Now, in case you didn't know, Michigan and Loyola Chicago play each other with the national championship on the line to go to the national championship. But what I'm thinking is, let's just let these two square off. Oh. She's 100, Sister Jean's 98. Whichever one wins, their team goes to the national championship.
Like fighting?
They should, yeah. Why not?
No,
that's dangerous.
That's literally a battle for the ages.
Oh my gosh,
that is true.
Sister Jean, can't mess with Sister Jean. She's been there. She's been there. She was there for the first Loyola championship. Is that right, Sam?
Yeah. She's been there all the way through. She's 98 years old, chaplain for the university. She's been there for quite some time now.
And still with it, you know.
And still with it. She loves what she does, and the players love her.
Well, I'd like to see the two get together at the game and maybe hug or something.
Enjoy the games together.
We'll see how that works out.
Thanks, Sam.
Thank you. And still to come on OU Nightly, swimming for secrets. We'll tell you more about the new robotic fish, Sophie.
I'm Cheyenne Plummer at the Update Desk. Jeffrey Henry, co-owner of Schlitterbahn Water Parks, and John Schooley were charged today with reckless second-degree murder. The pair decided to build the world's largest water slide and rushed it into service, resulting in the 2016 death of Caleb Schwab, who was decapitated on the slide. They were also charged with injuries to 13 other people on the slide. That's it for now. Nicole?
Thank you, Cheyenne. And a robotic fish created by scientists at MIT can swim naturally alongside other fish while spying on them. Meet Sophie, the 18-inch long robot fish made of rubber, plastic, and a fisheye lens. Her movement is able to mimic real fish, all while using her camera to record the behaviors of other fish up close. The scientists at MIT are hoping to make Sophie even smarter so she can move through the water without being controlled. And I thought this story was really interesting, guys. So they're actually taking this research and bringing it to scientists to learn more about different types of species and like figure out just what kind of things fish are doing when we're not looking. So.
Right. And people wonder why I don't trust smart speakers. That is the reason. Those fish have no clue I'm telling you, there's stuff like going on with humans like that too.
What? That they're being watched?
I'm not talking to a smart speaker ever again.
That's, hey,
Interesting.
I don't blame you.
All right, what can you tell us with your weather fact of the day, Jenna?
So today we have a picture actually from one of our own. Brian Briggs snapped this yesterday. Showers moving over the weather center yesterday. As you remember, it was a dreary day yesterday as well. So
just rain, tons of it.
Definitely, but we need it, so it's good.
Yes, that's true. And warmer temperatures in time for Easter, so that'll be nice. Get some rain now and then
Warmer temperatures before Easter. Unfortunately, Easter will be a bit chilly, but
How chilly?
we'll still be able to
Really
celebrate
chilly?
within the 50s.
Okay, but people can still enjoy Easter egg hunts on Saturday, right? Because Saturday is
Yeah.
going to be a little bit warmer, so that'll be nice.
Exactly. Saturday will be 70.
Indoors. Indoor Easter egg hunts. You
Yeah.
used to do that as a kid, where you hide them in the fridge, in the actual egg cartons.
You always find the eggs in the
that's
sofa
smart.
later.
Yeah, like a week later.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
Just like some Hershey's Kisses or something.
Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Jenna, and thank you for watching OU Nightly, brought to you by the Gaylord College at the University of Oklahoma.
We'll see you back here tomorrow night live at 4:30.
Have a great evening.
Good night.